Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California. And today is Monday, July the 7th, 2025. I hope you had a great 4th of July celebration with your friends and family. And my friend and I had a movie day. So much fun. We just chose all kinds of movies about Independence Day and got Stonefire Grill food and just had a great day. So anyway, on to what we're doing today. I'm going to show you 6 cards made with the Charming Day bundle and specifically the DSP, which is called Floral Charm. They're 6 gorgeous prints. So I've used every single print, and then the flowers. I've used this die, and the flower die. And then I'm using several of the greetings. Thanks for being you. Happy birthday. You made my day. And generally, they're going to all be the same. Well, not exactly the same. The fold is going to be the same. So I'm going to put this up here because this is going to be the same for all 6 cards. So it's the Charming Day bundle, and I just typed out the number of it because it is online. And then for each card, we're going to cut 12 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to score it 3 3/4 by 7 3/4. Then the cardstock for the inside, the colored cardstock, is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. You notice normally it's 4 inches, right? But this is a little bit less because when I fold the card, I don't want it to protrude past this fold. So 3 3/4. And then whether you use white or beige for the inside, it's going to be 5 by 3.5. And the measurements are the same for all the cards. Now I'm going to be using some different dies for the front. And then the last card that I'm going to show you is, it just has all fall leaves in it. So we're going to make that a fall card and use the artistic leaves set. Okay, so I think we are ready to get started. And I'm going to just get my 12 by 5.5 piece of DSP. And one thing you want to note for sure is it right side up? I wonder if that is even. Yes, it is. Okay, just make sure it's right side up because this particular piece would be easy to get upside down. Okay, so we're going to score it at 3 3/4, and then we're going to score it at 7 3/4. So. Okay, now when I go to fold it and score it, what did I do with my bone folder? Okay, I'm going to make real sure that those edges are straight because it's very important for the beauty of the card. Okay, so here's my second piece. And once again, I'm just going to pause, make sure that these are nice and even before I score it. Okay, there we go. So easy. Okay, the first piece we're going to add is going to be a 3/4 by 5.5 inch piece. When you look at this, this just doesn't look finished here. So look what happens when we just add a piece of cardstock. Isn't that, it just, it makes it a little more elegant and finished looking. So I'm going to take this 3/4 inch piece and I'm going to add the adhesive to the edge here. I'll try to. Okay, then what you want to do is just put your 3/4 inch piece right at the edge where you want it, and then just fold this over, and it's going to go in just the right spot. There we go. Okay, easy enough. All right, now let's go ahead and add the inside pieces. I'm using beige for this card because look at it. Isn't that beautiful? If I get a white piece, I don't know. I think white just doesn't really look that great with this particular print. So we're going to go with beige and basic beige. So this is our 5 inch by 3.5 inch piece. Okay, now when we go to put it inside, I'm going to be really careful not to get it out to the right too much. So here's the scoring, and I'm going to get it kind of close to that. Not, not right up next to it, but closer than not, so that when I close this, look, whew, just made it. Okay, we don't want it to show. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and cut out, let's see, all right, so I'm gonna get my gorgeous die here. This has 3 flowers, and I'm gonna take, I always tell you about this, but I've never actually shown you. I'm gonna take a brand new piece of wax paper, wad it up, and I'm gonna use it here really nicely. It really makes it, it just makes it pop out. And I'm gonna go cut this out. Except I didn't get out my extra piece of plum, so I'll go do that now. Okay, seriously, here we go. Okay, I thought I was ready for this. Okay, let me cut my cardstock. Okay, here we go. We'll cut out the flowers and we'll see how easily they come out. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got. What is holding on? Okay. So do you see it's just falling out? And so I just have a couple of little pieces that I need to push out. And they came out very easily. I'm telling you, wax paper makes all the difference. Now there's a couple of things here. So what I do, hold your ears. Okay, I just hit it like that and they just pop right out. Okay, so now, okay, so we've got leaves. Now we need our dies for the front. And I'm going to use the, okay, let me just show them to you. They're called the Nested Essential Dies. I'm going to start out using these. So this is the biggest one in Petunia Pop, and then I'm going to use the next one down, and that one's going to be for the greeting. And the greeting that I'm using, hold on. The greeting is, like I said, it's from Charming Day. And I kind of figured out you have to tilt it up a good bit to get it straight. So let's see if that's enough. So I'm going to get my Petunia Pop card, ink pad, I mean, and just see. Oh my, that's good. Okay, so using the Stamparatus or whatever apparatus you have really makes you be able to get the ink as dark as you want, because I know for a fact when I'm stamping on beige, it doesn't take the ink as well. It doesn't absorb it as well as white. So I want to be sure that there's not a problem there. And okay, so we're just going to add this right to there. And then we're going to add this to there. And you know what? I think on some of these I've used dimensionals. I think I'm going to use dimensionals on this one, just to give it a little bit more interest. Sometimes I put layers, and sometimes I use dimensionals. So I think I'll just use dimensionals. Okay, 2 more. Now let's see if I can get this on here straight. Seems to be my greatest challenge. Okay, is that straight? I think so. Okay, all right, looking good. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do, I want you to see the card as we're making it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to add is going to be the leaves, and I'm going to add them about like that. Oops, there's one more piece in here that didn't come out. There we go. And this Stamp and Seal just rips this up incredibly. So what I'm going to do, my friend Michelle told me about reverse tweezers. So I'm going to use these reverse tweezers, and I have to get an idea. Okay, so I'm going to glue the top flower. Oops, this is upside down. Okay, top flower, some of this flower, and a little bit of that flower. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit. This is just like the white glue or green glue, whatever you call it. But this has a little tiny spout on it. It's kind of handy, like super handy. Okay, then we're just going to put this here, like that. Okay, I'm going to need those again. And then I'm going to, of course, I'm going to put some little tiny dimensionals. It's a little hard to add them and glue at the same time. So I'm just going to find a few places. Oops, ideally, you know, putting them on ahead of time before you put it down would be the easiest, but it's just hard for me to glue and do that at the same time. So it's just that I don't want these, and I'm going to put some up there too. I don't want them getting pulled or messed up in any way. Yeah, this is a little bit of a coordination task here. Okay, one more, and I think we're good. Just right here. Oh, then I think I'll add a little glue. See, this is the nice thing. You can just, if you miss something, just go back. Add a little bit of glue right there. Okay, then the next thing, okay, see, here we go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the flowers. However, you're thinking, how am I going to do that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to cut the flowers so that all I have left is the flowers. So I'm cutting away the greenery. And then I also need this cut. Oops, not quite. Okay. And then I'm going to cut out this little stem because I want it green. Okay, so now I'm going to need to... Isn't this so cool? I have never used reverse tweezers before. I think I might have seen them in my lifetime, but I just never knew what they were. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here, and I can just move it around a little bit and position it right where I want it to go. Okay, that looks good. All right, now let's get some glue on these. Just a little bit is really all you need. Okay, here we go. Did I put that upside down? Of course. There we go. Now we'll just move it into place. Okay, now you're going to be surprised at what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do it again because I want the flowers. You really don't need to, but a lot of times I'll double things because I want them a little bit thicker or a little bit, I want them to have a little bit more depth. And that's what I want here. I want a little bit more depth to the flowers. So like I said, if you're happy with this, don't even bother. Just keep it one layer. I don't know, I just love the depth that another layer can add to what you're doing. And it's easy to do. If it weren't easy to do, I probably wouldn't do it. Okay, let me get this going the right direction. Okay. All right. So, you know, you can, if you decide to copy this idea, you know, try it with one layer and see if you're happy. Or you might go ahead and cut out a second layer and just see if you really want to do it, want to add this extra layer. Okay, a little bit of extra glue. Okay. I think we're good. I'm gonna take that, a little bit of extra glue off. Okay, then I'm just gonna take some rhinestones and I'm gonna add a large rhinestone to the center here. I'm gonna try to. And a large rhinestone here. I think I got that exactly in the middle. Okay, then we have some flowers. Look at all these leaves. Oh my goodness. Don't need them. As pretty as they are going in the trash. Okay. Then I have, this is another one of the dies. This is going to, oops, I didn't put one on the other one. We're going to put a medium rhinestone right here. Okay, come on. Is that not just gorgeous? Okay, inside, I'll get my tweezers again. I'm just feeling so fancy with these tweezers. Okay, so we're going to put just a little tiny bit of glue on this flower. Again, petunia pop. And then I'm going to cut away. I just need the top 3 flowers. And I better get out my, you have to kind of get used to using these. Pretty easy to do. Little bit of glue on each one. Now this I'm just going to stick right there. Oh my. Come on. Beautiful. Oh, we need a rhinestone. We need a rhinestone for the center. Come on. Wow, that does not want to go. All right, fine. Be that way. We'll just use another one. I'm going to try to use another one. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened to that one. Okay, so now our card is finished. Isn't that simple? It's simple, it's beautiful, it's a surprise. You don't expect the card to open in this way. Okay, now I'm going to, this is card number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold these up like this so that you can take a picture. I think you can see it. So Petunia Pop ink, basic beige. I mean, you can go and use white if you want to. Mossy Meadow for the leaves, inside and in the front. Okay, got that? All right, so we're going to look now at card number 2. Okay, so here's card number 2, I think. Yep. Okay, so card number 2, we're featuring Pretty Peacock. And since we're using Happy Birthday and it's long, I'm still using the Nested Essential dies, but I'm using this set. Okay. And again, I've used doubles on the flowers. The soft sea foam just matches. It's just beautiful, soft, and it lets the Pretty Peacock be the star. Okay, so there's what it looks like open. Okay, and then I'm just going to hold this. I'm not even sure you really need these, except just to see the colors. Pretty Peacock, soft sea foam, and a picture of the card. Okay, so there's card number 2. All right, card number 3. Now these are more the warm colors. So you've got Petal Pink, Mossy Meadow. Got some, this is Cajun Craze. Isn't that beautiful? Each one of these is absolutely so beautiful. And so I'm going to hold this up for number 3. Cajun Craze ink, Mossy Meadow for the front and inside leaves, Petal Pink for the flowers on the front and on the inside. Okay, so there's number 3. Here comes number 4. And this is featuring Shaded Spruce and Berry Burst. You Made My Day is a greeting from the Charming Day set. And I've used Night of Navy. Simple. Okay, so here we go. I don't even know if you need this, a picture of it, but Night of Navy, Berry Burst, and Shaded Spruce. for the front and for the inside. Okay, so there's number 4. Okay, here's number 5. Aren't these papers absolutely gorgeous? So even though this is featuring Blackberry Bliss, because there you can see the Blackberry Bliss in there, and the Blackberry Bliss is pretty here, but I needed something to lighten it up. So I used the Petunia Pop again for the flowers and for the greeting. And I'm so glad we're friends. Okay, let me open this one up so you can see it. They're all the same idea. And I'm just going to hold this up if you want to take a picture. Okay, so this time I've used Garden Green for the leaves, Petunia Pop, and the greeting is from Mixed Labels bundle. I'm so glad we're friends. I mean, there's so many people you could send that to, right? Okay, so there's number 5. Okay, now watch out. Number 6 is going to be a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to also say, I switched over to the Textured Notes dies, and I really like those here. Okay, now, number 6. Okay, look at the paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh my word, absolutely gorgeous. But somehow I didn't think that these flowers were going to work with this. So my friend Carol and I were talking, and she goes, hey, how about the artistic leaves? I went, oh my goodness, I would have never thought of that. So what these are is just this stamped. And I'm going to show you. Okay, so open it up. Mossy Meadow, leaf inside, Cajun Craze, Mossy Meadow, and Night of Navy. The Grateful for You is from this set. And now I want to show you what these cards, what the leaves look like if you double stamp them, because these are 2-step stamps. Okay, so here is the stamp just inked one time, and it's this one. Nope, this one right here. Okay, then I stamped it off 2 times and then stamped this one on top, and that's what you get. Let's see if you can see. Okay, so this one's Cherry Cobbler. So here's this stamp, stamped 1 time, and then I stamped it off twice and used this, stamped this off twice to use here. So I have, and these artistic leaves, let's see. Let me give you these are online. Okay, here we go. Artistic leaves, $20 online. Okay, here's the news. You have to fussy cut the leaves. Fortunately, they're pretty easy to fussy cut, and it is not my love to fussy cut, but some people really enjoy doing it. I don't know why they couldn't have just given us 1 leaf die. Anyway, they didn't. So, and then I used the little pressed flowers for the embellishments. Those are the ones that come with, yes, I'm going to tell you what it comes with. Gallery Blooms, that whole big bundle on those page. So it's just big enough that you can see it a little bit, and then I put one on the inside too. Okay, so are these not gorgeous cards? Oh my goodness. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed getting all of these ready for you. And I hope that you'll think about getting the Charming Day set. It's just so gorgeous. Thank you for joining me. If you do not have a demonstrator, please reach out to me, sandystamper@earthlink.net, and I'm happy to send you a catalog. And if you are enjoying my videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and like. So once again, thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to having you next time.